History books often tell us the basics: who someone was, what they achieved, and the impact they had on the world. But what if we told you there's more? Much more. Behind every influential historical figure lies a life that's often stranger and more mysterious than fiction. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden sides of some of history's most famous figures. We'll reveal secrets and surprising facts about the lives they led behind closed doors, the passions they kept hidden, and the beliefs that may have guided their groundbreaking work. Are you ready to dive into the unknown stories of those who shaped our world? Our journey begins with Nikola Tesla, an inventor ahead of his time and a man surrounded by mystery. Known for his groundbreaking contributions to electricity, radio, and wireless communication, Tesla's inventions laid the foundation for much of our modern technology, including alternating current and early advancements in wireless energy transfer. However, behind the genius was a man with peculiar habits and an obsession with the number 3. Tesla's affinity for the number 3 wasn't just a quirky preference. It was part of a deeply rooted belief that numbers held mystical and cosmic significance. He would circle buildings 3 times before entering, wash his hands repeatedly in sequences of 3, and insisted on staying in hotel rooms with numbers divisible by 3. He often said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." Tesla's life was also marked by an unusual fascination with the idea of extraterrestrial life. In 1899, while experimenting with a high-frequency radio transmitter in Colorado Springs, Tesla reported receiving strange rhythmic signals that he believed were coming from intelligent beings on Mars. Although later dismissed by skeptics as natural cosmic phenomena or interference, Tesla remained convinced that he had intercepted communication from another world. In addition to his experiments with radio waves, Tesla was obsessed with the possibility of harnessing energy from space. He envisioned a future where humanity could tap into the inexhaustible energy of the universe through his concept of the World Wireless System. This vision was so ahead of its time that many of his contemporaries dismissed it as fantasy. Tesla's intense dedication to his work, along with his eccentricities, often alienated him from others. He preferred solitude and had an aversion to physical contact, which some attributed to his germophobia. Despite being a visionary, his failure to commercialize many of his inventions, coupled with his generosity in sharing ideas freely, left him financially destitute. He died alone in a New York hotel room in 1943, penniless and largely unrecognized for the magnitude of his contributions. Yet Tesla's life remains full of mysteries. Did he really receive signals from another world? Was his obsession with numbers just a quirk, or did he uncover a hidden truth about the universe? Although many of these questions remain unanswered, one thing is certain: Nikola Tesla was a man who dared to dream beyond the limits of his time, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue us to this day. From unlocking the secrets of electricity to exploring the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth, Tesla's journey was as enigmatic as it was brilliant. His work reminds us that the boundaries of science and the mysteries of the universe often go hand in hand, urging us to look beyond what we know and imagine what could be. Next, we travel back to ancient Egypt to uncover the secrets of Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt. While history often reduces her to her romantic relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, Cleopatra was far more than a mere seductress. She was a brilliant scholar, a cunning politician, and a ruler who navigated the turbulent waters of a collapsing empire with unmatched grace and strategy. Cleopatra VII, as she is formally known, was born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek family that ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great. Unlike many of her predecessors, Cleopatra embraced Egyptian culture and even learned the Egyptian language, something that set her apart as a ruler who sought to connect deeply with her subjects. In addition to Egyptian, she was fluent in at least 7 languages, including Greek, Aramaic, and Latin, allowing her to engage directly with foreign diplomats and solidify her reputation as a shrewd negotiator. Cleopatra was deeply knowledgeable in fields like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. It is believed that she studied at the famed Library of Alexandria, one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. Through her access to this treasure trove of knowledge, she could have explored ancient texts and teachings that are now lost to history. This intellectual foundation gave Cleopatra an edge not just in governance, but also in understanding the intricacies of science and technology of her time. She was also a pioneer in cosmetics and medicine. Cleopatra's beauty rituals, such as bathing in milk and using honey for skincare, were rooted in practical science. She developed perfumes and makeup not merely for aesthetic purposes, but also as tools of diplomacy and influence. Her signature eyeliner, made from kohl, was both a beauty statement and a protective agent against the harsh Egyptian sun. Cleopatra's knowledge of natural remedies extended to creating antidotes for poisons, highlighting her expertise in chemistry and pharmacology. Cleopatra's political acumen was equally remarkable. At just 18 years old, she became co-ruler of Egypt alongside her younger brother Ptolemy XIII, and later managed to consolidate power for herself through sheer determination and strategy. Her alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not merely romantic entanglements. They were calculated political maneuvers designed to secure Egypt's autonomy against the rising might of Rome. Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar solidified her position as queen and ensured her son, Caesarion, was recognized as a potential heir. Later, her alliance with Mark Antony was a bid to create a powerful Eastern empire that could rival Rome's dominance. Despite her efforts, Cleopatra's story is one of both triumph and tragedy. After her defeat by Octavian, later Augustus Caesar, at the Battle of Actium, she chose to take her own life rather than face humiliation and the fall of her kingdom. Legend has it that she used an asp, a venomous snake, to end her life, though the exact method remains a topic of debate among historians. While Cleopatra is often remembered for her beauty, this focus diminishes her true legacy. Her intelligence, education, and political prowess allowed her to rule one of the most powerful and culturally rich kingdoms of the ancient world during a time of immense political upheaval. She was a queen who defied the limitations imposed upon her by history and left a legacy that continues to captivate the world. Leonardo da Vinci was a visionary whose brilliance knew no bounds, encompassing art, science, engineering, and anatomy. Renowned for creating timeless masterpieces like the Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, Leonardo's genius extended far beyond the canvas. His boundless curiosity led him to fill countless notebooks with detailed sketches, diagrams, and ideas that were centuries ahead of his time. But these notebooks, often called his codices, also contain secrets that reveal a more enigmatic side of Leonardo, a man of mystery and hidden knowledge. One of the most intriguing aspects of Leonardo's writings is his use of mirror writing, a unique technique where his notes were written backward and could only be read clearly when viewed in a mirror. While the exact reason for this remains unknown, several theories attempt to explain it. Some believe Leonardo used mirror writing to protect his ideas from theft or to keep them incomprehensible to the casual reader. Others suggest it was a practical choice since he was left-handed and writing in reverse prevented smudging the ink. However, a more intriguing possibility is that Leonardo wanted to shield his controversial work from the scrutiny of the church or authorities, particularly his anatomical studies, which were seen as taboo during his time. Leonardo's notebooks, scattered across collections worldwide, reveal a mind that was light years ahead of his contemporaries. They include blueprints for inventions that seemed like pure science fiction at the time. Among his designs were early concepts for flying machines, inspired by his meticulous observations of birds in flight. He sketched designs for a helicopter-like device with a spiral rotor and a parachute capable of safely bringing someone to the ground. But Leonardo didn't stop at the skies. His inventions also explored land and sea. He envisioned an early version of a tank, complete with rotating cannons, and a scuba diving suit, designed to allow underwater exploration. His diving suit, made from leather and equipped with air tubes, was centuries ahead of its time and eerily similar to modern designs. Leonardo even sketched designs for bridges and irrigation systems, some of which could still be constructed using modern engineering techniques. His anatomical studies were equally revolutionary. Leonardo dissected human cadavers in secret, producing some of the most detailed anatomical drawings in history. These illustrations, such as his famous study of the Vitruvian Man, showcased not only his artistic skill, but also his dedication to understanding the human body. Through these dissections, Leonardo made groundbreaking observations about muscles, bones, and organs, many of which laid the foundation for modern medicine. Leonardo's mirror writing and secretive behavior suggest that he may have feared the implications of his discoveries. Perhaps he worried that his inventions, such as weapons of war, might be misused. Or maybe he understood that his knowledge of anatomy and his radical ideas about the natural world could be deemed heretical in a time dominated by religious orthodoxy. There's even speculation among scholars that Leonardo may have been hiding something about himself, his personal beliefs, his methods, or even his deeper understanding of the universe. Leonardo da Vinci's life is a testament to the limitless potential of human creativity and curiosity, but his secrets, locked within the pages of his notebooks, remind us that his genius was not without its shadows. Was he a man protecting the world from his advanced knowledge, or was he shielding himself from a society unready to embrace his ideas? These mysteries continue to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts, keeping the enigma of Leonardo alive more than 500 years after his death. Leonardo's work is a bridge between art and science, a glimpse into the mind of a man who saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. Let's move to Russia, where one of history's most enigmatic and controversial figures, Grigory Rasputin, rose to power in a way that still baffles historians. Known as the Mad Monk, Rasputin was neither a monk in the formal sense nor a typical religious figure. He was a mystic and self-proclaimed holy man, famous for his spiritual visions, alleged healing powers, and a charisma that could sway even the most powerful individuals of his time. Rasputin's extraordinary journey began in the small Siberian village of Pokrovskoye, where he was born to a peasant family in 1869. In his early years, Rasputin lived an ordinary life, but an intense spiritual awakening in his late 20s drove him to wander as a pilgrim. Over time, his reputation as a healer and visionary spread, eventually earning him an invitation to the imperial court of Tsar Nicholas II and Tsarina Alexandra. Rasputin's influence over the Romanov family, especially Tsarina Alexandra, stemmed from his purported ability to heal their son Alexei. Alexei, the heir to the Russian throne, suffered from hemophilia, a life-threatening condition that caused uncontrollable bleeding. Conventional medicine of the time offered little relief, but Rasputin seemed to have an almost miraculous ability to calm Alexei's symptoms. Some speculate that his effectiveness may have been due to hypnotic suggestion or his ability to reduce the anxiety of the Tsarina, which indirectly helped Alexei. Regardless of the reason, Alexandra became utterly devoted to Rasputin, viewing him as a savior sent by God. This connection granted Rasputin immense influence within the royal household, much to the dismay of nobles and politicians. Rumors swirled about his unorthodox behavior, including drunken escapades, womanizing, and debauchery. Many in the court viewed him as a charlatan who exploited the royal family for personal gain. Despite these accusations, Rasputin retained his position, partly because of the unwavering loyalty of the Tsarina, who believed his spiritual guidance was vital to the survival of the Romanovs. Rasputin's political influence, combined with widespread rumors of his licentious lifestyle, made him a polarizing figure and a target for his many enemies. Nobles, clergy, and even members of the imperial family plotted against him, believing that his presence was tarnishing the monarchy's reputation and destabilizing Russia during a critical period of unrest. Despite multiple attempts to discredit or remove him, Rasputin remained resilient, leading some to believe he possessed supernatural powers or was protected by divine intervention. Rasputin's death in December 1916 is the stuff of legend, shrouded in mystery and drama. A group of conspirators, including Prince Felix Yusupov, lured him to a palace under the guise of a social gathering. They initially tried to poison him with cyanide-laced cakes and wine, But to their astonishment, the poison seemed to have no effect. Growing desperate, they shot him in the chest and left him for dead. Yet, when they returned to check on his body, Rasputin reportedly lunged at them, still alive. The conspirators shot him multiple times, including a fatal shot to the forehead, and beat him viciously. To ensure he was truly dead, they bound his body and threw it into the icy Neva River. When Rasputin's corpse was recovered days later, autopsy reports suggested he may have been alive when he hit the water, as water was found in his lungs. This detail only added to the myth that Rasputin was nearly impossible to kill, fueling speculation that he was more than an ordinary man. Rasputin's life remains an enigma. Was he truly a gifted healer, capable of performing miracles? Was he a cunning fraud who manipulated the Romanovs for his benefit? Or was he something altogether different, a mystic with powers that defy explanation? Whatever the truth, his story has left an indelible mark on history, symbolizing the chaos and intrigue of the final days of the Russian Empire. Rasputin's legacy is a blend of fact, myth, and mystery. He was a man who rose from humble beginnings to become a central figure in one of the world's most powerful royal courts. His life and death continue to captivate and perplex, urging us to question the line between belief, manipulation, and the unknown. Our final stop is England, where we uncover the fascinating and multifaceted reign of Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen. Elizabeth was not only a powerful monarch but also a visionary strategist who mastered the art of espionage to protect her throne and ensure the stability of her kingdom during a time of immense political and religious turmoil. Her 45-year reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was marked by significant cultural and political achievements. But behind the grandeur was a world of secrets, spies, and shadowy dealings. Elizabeth's greatest weapon in her fight against internal and external threats was her formidable spy network, England's first formal intelligence agency, masterminded by her trusted secretary and spy master, Sir Francis Walsingham. Walsingham's network extended across Europe, employing secret agents, double-crossing informants, and expert cryptographers. One of their most notable successes was uncovering the Babington Plot, a conspiracy to assassinate Elizabeth and place her cousin Mary, Queen of Scots, on the throne. Through intercepted coded messages and clever subterfuge, Walsingham's spies gathered enough evidence to implicate Mary, ultimately leading to her execution and solidifying Elizabeth's hold on the throne. Ciphers and codes were critical tools in Elizabeth's espionage arsenal. Cryptographers worked tirelessly to decipher secret messages, while couriers delivered correspondence under constant threat of interception. The sophistication of Elizabeth's spy network rivaled anything seen in her time, making her kingdom a pioneer in the world of intelligence. Elizabeth's ability to adapt and innovate in the face of danger proved vital, especially as tensions with Catholic Europe, particularly Spain, reached their peak with the attempted invasion of the Spanish Armada in 1588. But Elizabeth's intrigue didn't end with espionage. There are whispers of her interest in the mystical and the occult. One of her closest advisors, Dr. John Dee, was not just a mathematician and astronomer, but also an alchemist and astrologer. Dee was deeply involved in the study of the supernatural, believing he could communicate with angels to gain divine wisdom. He even developed a system of symbols and languages, which he claimed were dictated by celestial beings. Elizabeth valued Dee's counsel on matters of astrology, often consulting him on auspicious dates for coronations or military campaigns. Interestingly, Dee signed his letters to Elizabeth with the moniker 007, a cryptic signature that indicated his role as her trusted intelligence operative. This designation, centuries later, inspired the famous fictional spy James Bond, linking Dee's legacy to modern espionage in an unexpected way. Slowly build suspense. Elizabeth's reliance on spies, secret codes, and mystical advisors paints a picture of a ruler who was far more than the regal figure portrayed in portraits and plays. She was a woman deeply aware of the threats to her reign, using every resource available, whether it was human ingenuity or divine guidance, to safeguard her legacy. Even Elizabeth's public image was carefully curated to strengthen her position. Her declaration of lifelong virginity, symbolizing her marriage to England itself, served as a powerful propaganda tool that united her people. Behind the scenes, however, Elizabeth was constantly navigating the treacherous waters of court intrigue, foreign plots, and religious strife. Her political acumen and understanding of human psychology enabled her to outwit her enemies and maintain control over a divided nation. Elizabeth's reign was not just one of power and prosperity. It was a reign of intrigue and secrecy. Her hidden reliance on spies and her enigmatic relationship with figures like John Dee reveal a ruler who was not only politically savvy, but also unafraid to explore unconventional means to secure her throne. Was she merely a pragmatic leader using espionage to outmaneuver her enemies, or did she truly believe in the mystical powers of the occult? Queen Elizabeth I's life behind the throne was filled with shadows, of spies, secrets, and perhaps even magic. Her ability to weave together diplomacy, intelligence, and mysticism ensured her place as one of history's most iconic monarchs. In her story, we find a fascinating blend of the practical and the mystical, the earthly and the divine, a testament to the complexities of a queen who ruled with her mind as much as her heart. So, what do these secret lives teach us? That history's most iconic figures were more complex than we'll ever fully know. They lived with secrets, eccentricities, and mysteries that shaped who they were and in turn shaped the world. Perhaps the real lesson here is that we all have sides that remain hidden, complexities that add to the richness of life. Like these figures, we may never reveal all our mysteries, but that's what keeps life so fascinating. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden lives of history's greats, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories that peel back the layers of the past. And remember, the secrets of yesterday are often the keys to understanding today.